If standing up from a chair feels a little harder than it used to, you are not imagining it, and there is a simple way to check exactly how much leg strength you have right now. In the next few minutes, you'll do a real 30-second strength check, see what your number means for your age, and learn 2 easy moves that build on it. This video is educational, not a medical exam. If you have pain, dizziness, or a heart or joint condition, check with your doctor before trying it. This test works for most adults over 60. Whether you're active every day or just getting back into movement, all you need is a sturdy chair with no wheels, a phone timer, and a little open space. Here's your roadmap. First, the correct setup. Second, the test itself. Third, what your number means. And fourth, 2 moves that train the exact strength this test measures. The single biggest mistake people make is pushing off with their hands or the chair arms. That changes the result completely, so we'll show you exactly how to avoid it. Every time you rise from a chair, your thighs, hips, and core fire together in one coordinated push. Physical therapists call this functional leg power, and it's different from simply being able to lift a weight. The National Institute on Aging notes that muscle strength and power tend to decline with age, especially without regular use, which is exactly why a simple, repeatable test like this one is useful. A common myth is that feeling wobbly on stairs is only a balance problem. In reality, weak hips and thighs are often the hidden cause, because strength and balance work together, not separately. That's also why this chair stand test is used inside a national fall prevention program for older adults. A fast, practical way to flag whether strength or balance needs attention first. So let's set up the test the correct way, so your number is both accurate and safe. Sit toward the middle of a sturdy chair with no wheels, feet flat on the floor about hip-width apart, knees bent to roughly 90 degrees. Cross your arms over your chest, resting your hands on opposite shoulders. Keep your back straight and your chest gently lifted, not slumped. This is the exact starting position used in the professional version of the test. And it matters. Using your arms to push off would give you a higher number that isn't really about your legs. If crossing your arms feels unsteady right now, that's completely fine. Rest your hands lightly on your thighs for your first few tries, and build up from there. When you're ready to try it yourself, set a timer for 30 seconds. On go, stand all the way up to a full, tall standing position. Then sit back down with control. Repeat that sit to stand movement as many times as you comfortably can before the 30 seconds end, breathing out as you rise and in as you lower. Move at a pace that feels controlled, not rushed. Quality matters more than speed, and a slow, complete stand still counts fully. Stop right away if you feel sharp pain, dizziness, chest discomfort, or unusual shortness of breath, and simply rest. This number is a snapshot, not something to push through. One small rule: if you're already more than halfway up when the timer ends, that final stand still counts. Count only full stands, not the half attempts along the way. Go ahead and pause here if you'd like to try it right now. I'll wait, and we'll look at what your number means when you're back. Welcome back. Here's how to read your number, using reference ranges published by the CDC's National Older Adult Fall Prevention Program. For women, below 12 stands is a below average score from age 60 to 64, below 11 from 65 to 69, and below 10 from 70 to 79. For men, below 14 is below average from 60 to 64, below 12 from 65 to 74, and below 11 from 75 to 79. If your number is at or above your range, that's a good sign for your current leg strength. This isn't a pass or fail grade, it's simply a starting point to track over time. And if your number came in lower than expected, that's useful information. Not something to worry about. It tells us exactly where to focus next. Now here's the part most people skip. 2 simple moves that directly train the exact muscles this test measures, so your number can improve over the coming weeks. Move 1. The slow chair stand. Use the same setup as the test: feet flat, hip width apart, but this time rest your hands lightly on the chair seat or your thighs for support. Rise to standing over a slow count of 3. Pause for 1 second at the top, then lower back down over another slow count of 3. Aim for 8 to 10 slow repetitions, breathing steadily throughout. Slow and controlled builds more real strength here than fast and choppy. If a standard chair feels too low, place a firm cushion on the seat to raise the height, an easier starting point that still trains the same muscles. Stop and rest if you feel sharp joint pain. Or if your knee caves inward, that's a sign to shorten your range of motion, not push through it. Take a short breather, and let's move to the second exercise. Move 2, the wall-supported mini squat hold. Stand with your back against a wall, feet a small step forward, hip-width apart. Slide down the wall just a few inches, only as far as feels comfortable. This is a small bend, not a deep squat, and your knees should stay behind your toes. Hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds, breathing normally, then slide back up. Repeat 3 to 5 times, resting between each hold. If a wall hold feels too demanding today, lean more of your weight into the wall. Or shorten the hold to 2 or 3 seconds, there's no rush to build up. Stop if you feel knee or lower back pain. And skip this move entirely if you have a current knee or hip condition, unless your clinician says it's fine. Now that you've felt both moves, let's talk about how often to do them and how to actually watch your number change. A simple starting plan. Practice both moves 2 to 3 times a week on non-consecutive days, giving your muscles time to recover between sessions. As the slow chair stands start to feel easier with your hands resting lightly, try lifting one hand off. Then eventually, both. That's your natural next step. For the wall hold, progress by adding a few seconds to your hold time each week, rather than by going deeper into the bend. Here's how you'll know it's working. Retest yourself with the same 30-second chair stand at the same time of day every 2 weeks. Write your number down somewhere simple. A notes app or a small calendar works well. A rising number over several weeks is a real, meaningful sign of progress. You may also notice it outside the test stairs feel a little less demanding, or standing up from a low seat takes less effort than it used to. This isn't about a guaranteed timeline for everyone's steady, consistent practice is what tends to move the number, more than any single perfect session. Let's recap. You learned the correct 30-second chair stand test, saw what your number means for your age group, and practiced 2 moves that train that exact strength. Remember, this test is a helpful screening tool, not a diagnosis. If your number is well below your range, or you have ongoing pain, it's worth mentioning to your doctor. If you'd like a complete, gentle way to keep building leg strength beyond these 2 moves, our next video walks through 5 gentle exercises for stronger legs, no squats required. That routine is a natural next step from today's test, so your legs keep building the exact strength this number measures. Thanks for practicing with us today. Retest in 2 weeks, and I'll see you in the next video.